So this is PokerStars level 2 of a NAPT tournament. You get tickets in where you play best of 3. You can win 50 cents or 150. They show other things, but it's only ever 50 cents or 150. And then if you win that, you play this tournament. That looks unfortunate. These tournaments must be fast. The blinds probably go up pretty fast, so they'll probably go up by the time it reaches me again. It's unlikely I'll get another playable hand before big blind. Since I had 2 playable hands right off had the 10s that I could have played and would have won. But it was likely that they were going to jam on the flop and with 10s. As I was facing an overpair in 2 overcards from another opponent, so with 10s you're usually an underdog. I would have got lucky that time, but sometimes when especially the more experience you get, the better you are, the less you benefit from getting lucky, because you don't put yourself in those situations that often where you're required to get lucky. And you smell smoke before you get burnt with the fire, right? So with the 10s there, I knew that I was an underdog. So even though it seemed like a decent hand, it was likely to be an underdog. And with the 4s, right, I wouldn't have called the 250 raise with the 4s. That's why I folded. So the blinds did go up on my turn. It'd be nice if it was round based, like if the blinds only went up every time everybody had a chance to play the big blind. So that's the only thing about this setup, right? This could be the only hand I play. Minutes and 58 seconds. So it's a $2 knockout power tournament. Okay, how often does it have to verify my location? Suppose I should have checked on the river there and tried trapping, but I think he has King 10. Oh, Queen 5. So I kind of got what I was wishing for, but he had me beat. I was hoping for a weak call. I wonder if I could have pushed him off it if I would have jammed all in, because he only had the 5 kicker. So that was kind of an unlucky river. But I jumped tables, so that's could be a good thing. So Tyke, they must be selling the Tyke con. Because I could see a frame from a mile away. So Tyke is pretty explosive. Is Tyke going all in? Tyke is up to something. If I had more money, I would have jammed there. That was the only play to make. I'm gonna lose. Oh, no. I thought for sure Tyke was gonna call and river me. I'm gonna fold because somebody rivered the flush. It's pretty obvious. That's why I didn't jam on the turn. Because I knew I'd get rivered. Getting decent hands, but none of them are winning. So I would have hit the 7. So I'm currently 50th out of 51 remaining, so I didn't finish last in the tournament, and that was the goal from all my videos, from Chris MeyerDiggins Poker 130 through Chris MeyerDiggins Poker 150. That's the goal, and to either be chip leader or in the top 10 at some point in the tournament. Not necessarily the chip leader, but in the top 10, because in a perfect tournament, just say there's thousands of players, right? Because to me, the perfect tournament, there's thousands of players all the time. And so I would grind and earn my pots based on skill for the first 3 quarters of the tournament, and then get lucky for the remaining quarter of the tournament. Would be awesome. Would be a good tournament. So I'd be fighting to be average stack for most of the tournament, but then I would just be smashing home runs, be hitting cards that I need to hit. I haven't did this. It would be awesome to do this in a, especially if there was over 1,000 players. To be decimated the first hand, after the first hand, and only have very few chips, enough for maybe 2 big blinds, 3 big blinds, and then come back and win the tournament. That'd be phenomenal. I did come back from a 20, I think it was either 1,000 chips or 2,000 chips, I can't remember. But I had 20 chips after losing with something like Ace King or Aces, something like that. And I came back and I won with 20 chips. And it was 9-handed. I did post a video where I came back from 80 chips. Well, I finished second after starting the video with 80 chips, and I got unlucky the last hand. If not, I would have won it. But I lost the flip, and if not, I would have won it from 80 chips down. I don't know if that was a real money tournament or not. See that Tyke has 19K now? How the heck did he get 19K? I wouldn't care, but he likes to jam, so it just kind of freezes you. Because especially when he can make you play for all your chips, right? That smelled weak. I had to manhandle that pot that time. I was worried he might have 2 pair, but he also could have been on a flush draw, so I wanted to, didn't want him to see it for cheap. If I had better luck, I would have tried putting them all in on the flop, since he seemed interested. When you, it's no different than fishing, right? If you pull the hook too soon when you're fishing, you might not catch the fish, right? So it might slip out of the mouth, and they'll get away. They might get your bait and get away. well, I guess in the poker scenario, they would never get your bait, but they get away, basically. They smell smoke, so they don't get burnt by fire. Because you tried pulling on the hook too fast. You didn't set them up for it, basically. Whenever you're betting, basically, you want to be thinking, okay, how much could I get this street? And if my situation stays the same or improves, how much am I likely to get the next street and the following street on the river, should your luck improve? But at the same time, you have to play it street by street. Like, if I didn't have, if there wasn't a rig, I'd be way more aggressive, because I'd be playing the odds. I'd be putting people in bad situations. But over the last 1,000 hands, I've been more conservative, because I'm trying to mess with the artificial intelligence system that's able to, people are able to use mods to figure me out. So I have to fool the system, right? It's not like I'm just competing against people. I'm competing against artificial intelligence as well. That doesn't forget. I could uninstall it, but it tries to reinstall it right away. See, here we go. Hopefully this guy calls and takes a good chunk out of him, doubles up through tight there, because he has too many chips. And it's not the most avid. It all depends on the table, right? I want to play in a big pot with this guy, so I want to see a flop. Hopefully this guy doesn't jam. If not, it costs me 180, right? That's the thing with two people to act after the person you want to play a pot with. Sometimes it's usually those two that end up beating me. So I'm gonna have to proceed with caution. Because I'm usually bang on. It's like, okay, this guy, I see right through him. I know he's going to make this particular move. And sometimes I'm right on, exactly. Like, if we have a play in history, I'll be like, okay, he's going to bet 150 on the flop. Then I see 150. Right? So then it's at that point, depending on if I have a hand or not. Sometimes I jam at that point. If I expect them to make a particular move and I'm right, then I usually go with my instinct at that point. Sometimes I let decisions, future decisions, right? Because he might be the first person to act, and then there's two other people to act after him, right? So, or two other people after me to act. See, so I'm expecting, I think he missed. Because I was expecting this bet, so I want to see one more street. So now I have a couple outs. Oh no, nice bet. I'm so unlucky. I don't believe him at all, though. I don't believe him at all. I think he missed that flop. But I'm so unlucky. There's the 5 and the 9 that I could catch. Ideally the 5. The 5 would be more unassuming, and I would probably double if it wasn't the 5 of spades. So I'm gonna fold. Hopefully he shows the bluff. Show the bluff. So I would have won a coin flip there. That's nice. So I'm better than start and stack anyways. That's all that matters, right? I've been playing 36 minutes. It could be better. If I didn't think he was bluffing, I would be closer to 4K now. But that one hand when I called 485 on the flop. Sometimes they freeze on the turn. Then sometimes they make a move like what he did there. I wanted to call, but they've been pretty quiet. So they've been patient enough that they were likely to have a good hand. Even this one, I think ace king or something like that. Ace jack, ace something. If he does it this time, it'd be suspicious. Because you don't normally get 3 good hands in a row. And he jammed. Tight's calling. So I'm gonna fold. And I would have won. If Tyke didn't, if Tyke wasn't in the pot, I would have, because it was the 3rd time that he went all in. And against 2 opponents, I was going to be facing 4 over cards, right? So the likelihood of that is that's 12 cards out of how much would that be? 6 minus 52, so 46. It's almost a 25% chance without pre-flop before seeing any potentials of straights or flushes, which would further diminish my odds. Queen Jack 84. I want to play in a big pot with Tyke, but after the flop, not pre-flop. Like a couple big pots with him. You want to play in the one with the one that you could double up through the most selectively, because they could bust you each time, right? So you got to pick your poison, so to speak. Strategically, like, you're better off avoiding the chip leader at the table. You're better off playing as few pots as possible. But if you're trying to grow as a player, then especially at the lower stakes, you want to get your experience playing big pots with, because usually the chip leader is the most dynamic player at the table, right? So they're the ones that are going to bring you into the deep waters. Call Queen Jack and win. Call. Check this out. You can see it perfectly. So
See where I point my finger? Look right at that spot. It looks like a face. See in other videos. Oh, I kind of depressed it now. But it still does kind of look like a face. And that's how the subliminal works, even on rolling papers. It's incredible. Because you can see, if you rewind the video and see where I pointed my finger, then look there prior to me pointing my finger, compressing the paper, and you'll see a face. Seen a man. Here's a really disappointing hand in poker. It's magical when you're an adult, but in poker it is disappointing. Okay, so I have position and I haven't played a pot with this guy yet, so I want to play a pot with him. I was hoping for something a little better than that. The only move there is the jam. He likely had ace king. He could have had ace queen. See, he's jamming again. I don't want to play this pre-flop game with him, even though I would have got lucky. If you watch any of my poker videos, my game isn't about luck, it's about results. And then future information. Little Huey and Tyke. That's they're selling some cons here for Mr. Chris Meyer. To get electronic bet at a boss look right there. Well, I wanted to see the flop, and then who knows how the situation develops. I was planning on folding, and I most likely will fold now. I would have called the 200. And then who knows, I wouldn't have called the 600 there. Little Huey got busted. So I was 50th out of 51 remaining. Now I'm 35th. Not quite average stack. I should do all. Come on, Mr. Haw. Nice. That's I'm glad Tyke got punished because he's been jamming lots. So hopefully that slows him down. Hopefully it pisses him off this hand. Nice. Good luck, me. That worked out
pretty good. He had a big beat, so he was likely to make a frustration play. Is he doing it again? He's still tilting. He might have had another ace something, a decent, mediocre hand, but but he was likely to win the third one since he lost two, right? Usually, if you lose two, you usually win the third one. Not always, but like it's unlikely to win 3 legitimate hands in a row. It happens occasionally, but it's unlikely. To get 2 good hands in a row happens frequently. But 3, very unlikely. If I win 3 hands in a row, usually I bluff one of them. Either the first, second, or third. Mike, I did win 12 hands in a row at a cash game about 10 years ago, so we're in a tournament. It was real money anyways, just mediocre, like pennies, so right, like I think maybe first place, if it was a tournament, then first place would have been $3 or $9 or whatever trivial amount it would have been, and if it was a cash game, it would have been at the penny table. But I may have gotten lucky there 3 times in a row that day. I don't recall. I just know that I won 12 hands in a row, and the last hand I had pocket aces, and I got 3 to 5 callers because I'm like, come on guys, I can't have the best hand every time. And I jammed, and a lot of people called. If somebody's a proper poker player, then you got to make them disheveled, disorganized, chaos. And some of the bluffs that, any bluff that you see me doing works, right? If it worked for me, it could work for you if you play it the same way, right? Based on the same kind of timing. But since I did post it online, it doesn't work 100% of the time. It would only work maybe 80% of the time then. So Tyke is depleted. But he still has about average stack, so he's still, if he jams all in, right, he's still a threat. Call. Nice. Hold up. Yes. He was the most explosive at the table, right, so when you risk it all often, all it takes is to get called once, and like the guy was an 82% favorite, right? So, and don't be a tyke. Don't be a tyke. Learn how to bet without risking it all. Risk it all sometimes for diversity in your game, but that is about it. Unless you're pretty sure you're a favorite. Most of the time, like say 80-90% of the time, you got to be holding, and then 10 to 20% of the time, say 10% of the time, because 1 in 5 is too frequent. They could guess that too often, right? So try to make it 10% of the time. Then they have to guess right more times, right? Like if you're only bluffing 1 time out of 10, then you're going to get those bluffs through almost 100% of the time. Because people are going to realize, oh, okay, every time I call, he's holding. And then you're going to get this reputation. Let's see, can I get a chop pot? I want to win it, but he might have the ace, so I'm just going to make a weak attempt. And I want to... You never know what they're holding, right? So if I didn't bet, I might have lost that pot, right? Here we go. I was taking the chance that he didn't have the king. He's lucky I caught a piece of that board. I didn't have much, but I was holding, right? When I went all in. If he didn't have that king, if he had ace jack, I would have probably busted him. I think he's likely to bet. No. Had the gut shot. Plus 3 kings, so. So now they're selling the psychocons, maybe? Getting evil enemy combatants? I don't know about you, but if I was in a war zone and I'd follow the Geneva Convention. I don't know the rules of engagement, but I know survival. I know that if a kid was shooting at me, I would see him as an enemy combatant and I would take the kid's life rather than have my life taken. I wouldn't feel sorry for the kid because he's trying to kill me. So in this artificial realm, there's these enemy combatants that are kids that are trying to kill me and other people. So I'm standing up for innocent people. So to help get these evil violators, look right there. Yeah, in a war scenario, I would not lose sleep one bit if I killed a kid. It would suck because they were a kid. I'd feel terrible that they were misled by their government to believe such propaganda. I'd feel bad, but at the same time, morally, I would not feel bad whatsoever. Let's see if I can rally here. Now that Tyke is no longer at the table to go all in frequently. So Mr. Haw is up to it. Hopefully I don't hit the diamond here. No diamond, good. Oh, didn't realize I wasn't filming here. Nothing really happened. Had 10-3, 10-5. Let's see it. So, okay, I'm above 20 out of 50, top out of 52 remaining, 128. I was second last at one point. Was likely to bet. No, I didn't. Just figured I'd manhandle the pot.
Why you complain it? I'm just gonna check it down. Nice, got the walk. It's always great when you have a terrible hand pre-flop and they walk. Nice. Glad that one worked out. Good luck me. Got a bounty. And I didn't lose. That was the main thing. When I seen the 6 on the turn, I thought the 7 or the 4 was coming. Another walk. I don't even know how many hands I potentially have to win in a row here. I want to see one more card.
So imagine hacking somebody's eyeballs, making them look at somebody, you, and then trying to punish them with vision impairment. That's what these little creatures do. And once people see that these young kids are making decisions for adults, then they're going to be treated as adults. If you could pretend to be a cop, a politician, then you could face the consequences. Let's see. Because my vision's fine, but over the last few days, they've been making it so I can't see the poker numbers to impede my ability to play poker or social media. But at the same time, they want me to read their quotes, right? So they want affinity for me to read their quotes, but then they hack my eyes so I can't read the quotes. They're fools. They hack my brain to forget names and faces now, even though I used to be lights out with faces. If I seen somebody, I could tell if I seen them in the past. I had like 100% recall for faces. And then now they hack names and faces. But at the same time, these people want affinity, right? Then they're slighted because I forget who they are. And it's like, well, why would you contribute to a system that hacks names and faces of my biology and then be offended? It's like, you must be a fucking fool to secretly contribute thousands or millions of dollars to achieve an end and then disappointed with the result. The world is... The official people in power are insane. Most of them are insane. Delusional people. It's just other people playing them to make them seem like competent individuals. Most of them are just generational pedophiles. Their great-grandfather or great-great-great-great-grandfather raped somebody. But I found out about this. Other people have found out about this, but other people aren't necessary like I am, right? So they covertly try to kill me all the time. But in one way, they sell it, right? They don't really want to kill me because they can't rejuvenate off my body if I'm dead, right? So they don't really want to kill me. And within the last 24 hours, I thought of 2 apps. So I'm kind of like a genie in the bottle. But unfortunately, I don't have the bankroll through poker to finance my innovations. I went to the innovation hub in the city I live in. I went there, it was locked. It was locked. It's like, what are you talking about? People could have came from a different community to go to this business, and it was locked. You couldn't even speak to an individual when I went there in person. I left a message, never got a response. Left an email, never got a response. And Canada wonders why they're not a world leader in innovation. I'm going to be able to prove in the future that through another innovation hub, one of the workers there took the idea and tried patenting it in, they're saying Philippines and Singapore. So I guess I'll have to look into that. Because basically I heard years back that people under a certain age could hear a frequency that people over a certain age can't hear. So I was hoping that that there was a frequency for men and women. It'd be phenomenal, right? Then you have one advertisement with one message for men and then another message for women, right? So advertising, it would be phenomenal. It'd be phenomenal. But I don't believe there is. And also for alarm clocks, right? Because I don't want to hear my wife's alarm clock when I was married. If I sleep after her, I don't want to hear her alarm clock. And if I get up before her, I don't want to be waking her up when she could still have 2 hours to sleep, right? So having an alarm clock that a gender specific alarm sound, then it'd be phenomenal, right? This is how my brain works, and they keep me impoverished and poor to prevent you guys from having the future, basically. Preventing the future from happening. And with the technology that they use to violate me, the nanotechnology eye cameras that can control where my eyes look and what I see, basically could be used to make the blind to be able to see, but they rather violate people. And some blind people have this technology, so if you're around people that are blind and they're staring at your crotch, you have to realize that with this technology, people could see through your clothes. And it's a voyeuristic system. There's no need for that from a surveillance perspective, to be able to see underneath somebody's clothes. Maybe to see an x-ray view of a person's skeleton, because then you can see if they have contrabands like bombs, drugs, what have you, right? But to see their clothes, it's a pervert system. Only perverted people want to be able to see other people naked. And go to a nude beach. Go to a nude beach. If you want to see people naked, go to a nude beach. And it's not what it's cracked up to be, I'm sure. Not everybody's going to have a six-pack. Some men are growers, not showers. So they're not going to be sitting there in game form. And women after a certain age, right? A bra provides the extra lift that they need. So going to the nude beach would probably be a miserable experience for me, unless it was like full of exotic looking people. And then, even then, there's no surprise, there's no mystery, there's no... So I wouldn't want to see these exotic women at a new beach either, because then there's no mystery, right? You want some sort of suspense and mystery. At least I do, right? Rather than seeing a woman naked, I'd rather see her in lingerie. Lingerie accentuates a woman's beauty to me. And it's colorful, right? So it contrasts. For those that don't have tan lines, and the ones that do have tan lines, it always looks spectacular in the summertime. Tan lines on a woman's ass. Okay, well, I want to play in a big pot with the Psycho. Let's see if I get lucky. So Riverhand is probably gonna jam. He's jamming. I'm gonna see one more card for the gut shot. Check. And the gut shot didn't come through. And there's no point bluffing, because I could get this guy to fold. Now there is a chance to bluff, but I'm curious to see what he has, but I'm not going to bluff, but I want to try to put him on a hand. So does he have the ace? Why? I'm pretty sure river has the ace. Let's see. I don't want to stall. Because they both could have had the ace to me in that scenario. I was hoping to slip in there with the gut shot on the river and then double up through him, because he would have been so confident. He would have snap called my re-raise all in. Mr. Ha's been playing pretty solid, so. I expected him to bet there, but I didn't have a draw. I wanted to pounce on it, but had no draw. I might have snuck in there with the win, with the 4. But I didn't play. Call, 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 call. Yeah, it's surprising. Well, it's been kind of an unspectacular tournament. I mean, just kind of hanging in here. What's average stack? 16,000, so I'm half average. 15th out of 24 remaining with 1 KO. So it's been unspectacular because I only got 1 KO in the tournament, right? Bum, 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 bum. Which is not usual. Kind of underperforming. What's that?
Not you. I hope you wouldn't want to wear my clothes. Everybody has sense of humor today, I see.
So it just seems odd. So I think my luck's likely to change because my head just looked 90 degrees to my right, directly at a kid, where I couldn't hear them. There was a lady right beside it, but I'll show you. There's the kid, there's the lady. But what are the odds of somebody looking if there wasn't this predator system? If I go downtown, there's certain women that come to this town they get me to look at their body, and depending on how my psyche responds to their body, then I don't know, I'm speculating here, I don't want to tip my hand, but anyways, they violate me basically on it, right? If I don't like how they look, if they have a gun or something like that. A double chin. Arm flab. Characteristics that most women don't want, and very few have, right? So there's very few of these parasites, and they rally behind their poor genes and poor nutrition choices. And women in my family fluctuated with weight, so I'm sure most of it's fat tech. I fluctuated with weight. I took a picture the other day and basically had a six-pack, and most of my oblique fat was gone, but guaranteed within a month or two. I'm gonna take a picture. And it's not like I'm indulging in food to try to gain fat for this to prove it. I ride a bike. I showed the bike in the video there, right? So I ride a bike every day. It's a terrible bike, mind you. I bought it 2 months ago, and the crank's already bent, and I haven't even stood up and pedaled hard on it. I haven't even treated it like a machine. Look at that. So I can't tighten, I can't screw this in. It's completely stripped already. Look at it, I'm pushing it in and out. It won't, so I can't tighten the brakes. So I depress the brakes completely, and I have to glide to a stop. And the bike's 2 months old. But it fell a couple times, and the seat got scratched, so damaged. So I'm gonna return it. Tell them they could give me. I'll take the used broken seat. I want a new bike. I'll take the seat. Because the bike sucks. It sucks. But it's the entry-level bike rate, so you kind of get what you pay for. But the next one is up where it's several $100s more. It's not like it's $80 more. It's an hour and a half long video. I'm gonna go for it.
Oh, you're too short yet. Gotta get a little bit longer.
Knew it was unlikely I'd win, but I wasn't for the money bubble because I was so close to the money bubble. But I was about to end the video anyways for to make a new one, so that's how I finished. But it was really came 21st out of 128, and it wasn't a spectacular tournament by no means, so I kind of hung in there lots. I was near what was I was 52 out of, or 51 out of 52 remaining at one point, right? So I outlasted quite a few opponents. But unfortunately that only left me 50. Oh, did I get this? Oh, I do have a blue chest. The other ones I don't really use. This one, well, it's a tournament $3. Saying that sarcastically because they offered, I think, 2 $1 tournaments a day. So let's see when that $1 tournament is. Okay, it starts in 1 hour and 25 minutes. So look right there to get electronic violators and your electronic violators, and go to www.change.org/technology and privatize your thoughts. Sign the petition, share it on social media many times so it goes viral, and contribute money to get it on the agenda in your country so the government can acknowledge this, and a civilian and military oversight committee could be set up to protect our thoughts and our free will. It's of grave importance because you could deny reality, but you can't deny the consequences of denying that reality. So if you pretend this technology doesn't exist, you have no way to protect yourself. The only way to protect yourself is to sign the petition, make it go viral. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.